as someone who has mercifully never had to write a grant application, why does this matter so much to both the NIH and just science generally?
Right, so the NIH is the National Institutes of Health, and it's like one of the main research funders for health-related research in the US. We've got an equivalent in the UK. And essentially, it will be funding loads of incredible scientific research, including like the vaccines of tomorrow, treatments of tomorrow, ways of improving health services for everybody. It's just how innovation happens. As someone who does get lots of grants, basically what happens is that once you've been awarded a grant, you sign a contract, and typically then you know that you've got that funding for 3 years, 4 years. It may fund a PhD student, it may fund some research assistants, it will fund travel and conferences and so on. It basically gives you the money to do the research that you said you were going to do, and someone's decided, generally a peer review panel has decided it's worth doing. And what NIH did this weekend is they have changed one of the clauses in their standard contract. So it's in the small print. Who cares about small print? But what it says is that effectively the administration can now terminate a grant mid-progress at any point if the agency determines that the award no longer effectuates the program goals or agency priorities. So that means, say you've got a grant that's looking at, malaria vaccines, and they decide, we don't care about malaria anymore, or we don't like vaccines, they can just stop you, right? It means that your research stops. It means any staff you have employed on that grant are fired. It means that science doesn't get out. And it's particularly unethical if you're actually running a trial or doing anything with patients, because effectively that treatment will have to stop and you have potentially done harm to people without being able to measure it or understand it or complete their treatment. It's a really terrible thing to be able to do. And it also opens the possibility that they could terminate grants if, for instance, they're not giving the results that they want. So it's just a way of really destabilizing the future of research. And as a scientist, you just don't know then, am I going to be able to finish this grant? If you're a PhD student, you're a young researcher, you're going to be like, well, how do I know that my job's still going to be there in a year or 2 years or 3 years? And so what it means is that scientists can't be secure in their lives or careers, especially early career scientists. And the incentives will be to move. So either move physically, like go to a different country and take kind of knowledge and expertise out of the US, or it will be to move field. I'm not going to go into vaccines, I'm not going to go into infectious diseases, or I'm not going to go into science, I'm going to go into industry or something. And what it means is that you are hollowing out this generation of scientists and this generation of scientific innovation, and that will take years to recover from.